Okay, welcome solo gamers to a setup of Set a Watch. I've got the deluxe edition here. Very similar to the standard in terms of setup. I'm just going to play with these components. I just want to show you how to get this game going onto your table before you run through a playthrough. I'll just show you that with the deluxe I just have an extra sleeve. Take off. Nice looking sleeve. But anyway, the setup. So first step, we have all our box. This part of the box will be used during the game. This is your camp. We can do your camping actions. I'll go through what each thing does during my run through. This is just setting up. Alrighty, first thing, once you've opened the box, you need to grab 4 characters. Doesn't matter if you're playing solo, 2, 3 or 4 player, you always play with 4 characters. In my deluxe set, I've got 8 to choose from. Nice big range here. See these symbols up here. So this rolls a D8, this one rolls a D6. Now there's only 3 sets of different coloured D8s, 3 sets of different coloured D6s. So you must at least choose 1 D8 at least, and at least 1 D6er. Okay, with this playthrough, I might choose to play, let's go Ranger, let's go Bard, let's go, I'll go Cleric, and the Warrior. Another thing to note, it doesn't matter, you're allowed to have all melee or all range, but this means melee or range down here, doesn't matter. The only matter is that you have to choose 3 at most D8s and 3 at most D6s. If you chose the Beastmaster, this one's a bit different, has this tamed creature limit of 2. That's during the gameplay, you can only tame 2 creatures for this character. I think that's the only one, yes, only one with an extra. On the back we have quick references as well, so you could use 1 in the background if you want as a quick reference. Next step is to fill out all your abilities. So these spare blanks here, room for 3 ability cards for each race. You'll notice that all your ability cards are these little small cards. So for me, I've actually put them in sleeves. This game, I've played a couple of rounds already. I find this fantastic solo. My only small gripe. The sleeves for these cards are a unique kind of size. I tend to use the FFG sleeves, and these are just too wide for the yellow FFG. In fact, these are the red FFGs, and they're just fitting these. Heaps of length at the end. You can see probably even on my camera. For leftovers. That doesn't bug me too much. You don't shuffle these too much. You only shuffle these at the start of the game, like we're about to do now. Okay, each character has 5 cards to choose from. I'm going to choose 3, so you randomly do that. You shuffle up. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. Each one of them shuffle up. 1, 2, 3. Bard. 1, 2, 3. And the Cleric. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Other character cards, not removed from the game because you can potentially use them again. I'm just going to put them, you can put them back in the box, I just put them to the side over here. Can't see, same as the other character cards, since my bed can actually refer to other character cards. We'll get to that in the gameplay, I'm sure. Last step of these, for this bit, is that one of them randomly must be exhausted. So just really shuffle 1, let's say that one's exhausted, my wound's exhausted. I've got far side exhausted. One dance exhausted. Banish exhausted. Okay. Next step, grab the corresponding dice for them. So I've got 2 characters with D6s. I might use yellow and red. Let's put the orange one back. It's a spare. So red for the bard, yellow for the cleric. Do the same with my D8. I've got 2 D8 sets. So each one gets 3 dice each, indicated by the top right here. So the warrior's going to be purple. Might use this aqua turquoisey colour for orange, for the ranger, sorry. Next step, have within reach your camp tokens. Yeah, there should be 4 in here. With one side has a. Show you. One side has a times by 2 side. The other side has a times by 1 side. Okay, I'm going to have that within reach. I'm just going to put my 3 different campfire flames as well. Let's get them all out. My 3 campfire flames, I'm going to put them over here. And you always start, I mean, for a generic game, you start with 7 campfire, which is right on the 2, revealing 2. Put that there. You can, if you wish to mix up the difficulty, you can. They suggest you can roll a D8 and say campfire at that value. Okay, next step, we prepare the creature deck. So this big deck that I've got over here, I've sleeved. Speaking of which, all these other cards are normal card size. Perfect. For the clears that I've got, using clear cards. Clear sleeve, sorry. So my creature deck, all these creatures, we don't choose them all, we have to choose some. And a couple that have to be in it. We also get to choose what kind of summons we have. I've got the deluxe version. There's some extra different types of summons. I'm just going to use the generic summon, which is the generic summon is the immediately exhaust an adventure card that replace the card with the top card from the non-hallowed deck. Put this card in the graveyard. That one. There's a maximum of 4 of those. I might play a normal game. They say for an easy, you put 1 in the deck. Normal, put 2. Hard, you put 3. Insane, you put 4. And in fact, there's some different summons that you can use that look like they might be a bit harder. Yeah. So I might use the generic ones, put 2 of them in. Immediately exhaust an adventure card, then replace this card with the top card from the unhallowed deck. Put this card in the graveyard, that one. So I'm going to get 2 of them. So from the creature deck, you pull from them the 2 Acolyte cards. Put them with my 2 summons here in a moment. And what you do is you split this deck. You want 30 creatures all up, of which have to be the Acolytes, and you also add 2 summons in. So you give it a shuffle up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 2 Acolyte cards, make sure they're added into the creature piles as well. In fact, I've sort of done a bit of a boo-boo here. These should have been shuffled in with these already. So I might just do that again. Okay. You should have 30 creature cards. Alrighty. 2 Acolytes should be in there as well somewhere, which I've added in. So we've got 2 piles of 15. Add a summon card to each pile. I might add this one somewhere in the middle. And shuffle them in. It says just in the manual to make it as even as possible, but I've actually counted them out. I guess you could try and split the deck as best you can. And you put the smaller deck on top of the larger deck, but I've just made them exactly middle. Put it into one pile to form the creature pile. Next, we need to prepare our map. We need 9 cards to do so. First, remove the final locations, which have this symbol, and also remove locations with the tent symbol. Now they're your respite locations. Okay, I've removed the final locations and the respite locations. The rest gets shuffled, and we select 8 to put into our map. So give it a shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next step, you choose a final location. You can do this randomly, but it says you can even randomly pick one. You could actually pick one yourself. I might go with the catacombs. The other two final locations will not be used. Put the final location underneath. So it's your 9th location. All other respites and other locations that weren't used, shuffle them all up. After you've shuffled the leftover locations, put them in the box in the unused location section. Next, grab all the unhallowed cards. You'll notice that they have unhallowed at the bottom, written at the bottom of the text. Shuffle these up. One random one goes into the hoard straight away. Put it in your box over here. The rest, keep shuffling, and we select 7. 7. The rest are removed from the game. And these go in a face-up pile. So, for example, you'll see that what the next one's going to be. I've got a Hydra next. So I'm going to put that next. Let's put it that way. Next to my creature pile at the top here. Okay, we're getting close to the end now. Your last step, as far as I believe, you then turn over your first location. So we've got here, we've got the Grand Arena. Adventurers cannot combine dice with other adventures for direct attacks. This is ignored the first round. Normally you would lose 4 fire if it was consequential rounds. But that's not going to happen. First round you ignore that. The ability comes into play though. And this will be how many creatures you draw in the first round. Put that over here as your first location, and you're ready to go. We're about to get ready for our first couple of turns. I might go through a playthrough this, and I think I might split this into maybe the first 2 turns, just to give you an idea. I might go a bit slower in the first 2 turns as well, how this is run, and then after that I might actually play through the rest of the game a bit on the faster pace for those that want to see me finish it off. Thank you for joining me, guys. This is Agent Solo, Matt Rice, here to say that to crush your gaming thirst, always play solo.